Hey everybody, Nathan Ronen here. Happy holidays. We're getting toward the end of 2024 and hopefully only 2025 will be a better year than 2024 for everybody. It's the holiday season. I wanted to give this update out to you as candidates in the CFA Level 1 program because I know I get this question very often and it's like, hey Nathan, can you give me some tips, strategies, things I should know while I'm taking the level 1 exam or as I'm getting into the level 1 program that I might not read online or I might not hear from other people? It's a very valid question. I understand why people ask this. They always want to get a leg up. So I'm going to do these tips specifically for passing the level 1 exam. Okay. If you'd like to continue receiving these updates on a weekly or bi-weekly basis as I post them on YouTube, please press the subscribe button now and the notifications so that you can continue to be abreast of everything that's going on in this world we call CFA. Nathan, decided to get into the level 1 program, or I'm in the level 1 program, or I'm thinking about joining the CFA program and start at level 1, obviously. Is there any tips, strategies, or focus you can give me that would help me, prepare for this exam? Because I see the pass rates. They kind of scare me a little bit, and I don't want to fail. Very understandable. The pass rates at level 1 are relatively lower than they are at level 2 and level 3 many times. Level 2 can take a beating too at times, but level 1, I've seen them as low as 22, 25%. They've been as high as 50, 53% in the most recent years, but they do fluctuate, but they're usually around the 40s. So what can I impart on you in this holiday season to make your study in 2025 a little bit easier and more direct? First of all, what I would definitely recommend, whether you've started studying, thinking of starting to study, or thinking of entering the program, the first question you have to ask yourself is, am I going to read the CFA Learning Ecosystem, or in other words, the CFA curriculum, or not? Or should I buy some abbreviated version like one of the major prep providers out there that create prep notes or study notes? Well, my advice to you is you're taking the CFA exam. The CFA Institute is creating the exam for you. It's all CFA exam questions. I would think that it would behoove you to use the CFA Learning Ecosystem. Oh my God, but I don't want to read so many pages. You don't have to read every single page, every line. That's what people like myself help you to do. How to get through it without getting bogged down in all the detail, getting caught up in the weeds, and focusing on every little piece of information that is in the curriculum readings, because frankly, you could go crazy. So yes, I would rely on the Learning Ecosystem as my main resource for preparing for the CFA Level 1 exam. If you want to get some other sort of like abbreviated version of it from a prep provider, that's fine, but I would never use it as a replacement, maybe as a additional resource. Personally, I don't think you need it because the CFA curriculum has everything that you need in it. And you might just be going to additional expenditures. But I would definitely focus on the Learning Ecosystem, because I'm going to tell you one other thing. Even if you do pass because of your knowledge, your background, your experience, and using abbreviated version study notes or prep notes with lots of bullet points and slides and PowerPoint presentations, that's great. You got through level 1. Nobody's going to be applauding you for passing level 1. They're going to applaud you for getting the charter. But many candidates, number one, cannot pass the level 1 program simply using prep notes or study notes. Secondly, those that do pass have a tough time at level 2 and level 3 because they didn't get the grounding or the foundation that they needed from the actual learning ecosystem at level 1. That is tied and true, and you can take that to the bank. Next question I get is, hey Nathan, if I am going to go for level 1, when should I start? How many hours should I study? When should I start studying? These are all great questions. There's no specific answer for each person because each person is different. Some people have a finance background. Some people have a business background. Others don't. Some people are unemployed or currently between jobs, as we say. That's fine. Others are working 8 hours and others are working 16 hours. Some people are, native English speakers. Others are not. Some people are single. Some people are married. Some people have children. Some people don't. All of these factors, some people have a master's, some people have a PhD, some people have a bachelor's degree. There's all kinds of variables that come into play when you decide how many months you need to study in advance and how many hours per day you need to study. That is something that I actually explore with you as a candidate when you're enrolled in my program so that I can give you the best advice. And it is not the same for every single person. I would generally recommend, obviously we could say the more time the better, but I don't think you need a full 9 months as CFAs might give you to study for the level 1 exam. But again, that's something that you can explore with me personally on Zoom once you're enrolled in my program and you've decided you want to work with me. But trust me, it is not the same for every single person. And you should know how long to study in advance. Okay, the third thing that I also get, a kind of tip that people always want to ask is, hey Nathan, how do I pass this exam on the first try? What's the silver bullet? What's that magic bullet, silver bullet that I need to absorb in order to pass? There is none. There is no guarantee that if you spend 800 hours studying for this exam that you'll pass, and there's no guarantee that if you spend 250 or 300 hours, you're going to fail. Everything is quality of study, quality of materials, quality of, effort put in. It's not the quantity. Everybody always looks for quantity. I studied 500 hours and I didn't pass. Well, maybe you just didn't study correctly. Okay? You really have to be very focused. You have to have a strategy. You have to have good advice. Mentoring is very important as well when you're going through it because it's not like any college exam. So I would say to you that you should really consider that when you're taking, when you're sitting for the level 1 exam. Okay, that's a very, very important point. Okay, it's not the number or quantity of hours, it's the quality. And that's what I try to work on with my candidates as well. How do you get the quality? Should you watch videos first? Should you do the readings first? How many problems should you do? Which kind of problems should you do? Which problems should you ignore? Should you use other prep materials? Or can I just pass with your materials, Nathan? And the answer is, well, no, you should always have a comprehensive study program. How many mock exams should I do? These are all things that I get into with people who are enrolled with me in my programs. And these are things that are important for you, which leads me to the fourth question. Hey, Nathan, do you think that the CFA, designation is still very valuable in the field of finance? Because I read a lot of stuff online that it's really no longer the gold standard and, that people who have it don't really make a lot of money. Again, why are you taking the CFA program? Are you looking just for money? Let me put it this way. You're not going to be a trillionaire just, studying the CFA program. Are you going to be the best investor out there? No, you're not. Are you going to be the number 1 portfolio manager? Probably not. Okay, there's plenty of people in the industry who never pursued the CFA designation, never passed level 1, 2, or 3, and they're doing just fine. You're doing it for self-enrichment. You want to learn. You want to understand more about the industry. You want to understand more about investments. You're not looking to use it as a crutch for a better salary, a higher salary, or that you're going to suddenly kill the market and know exactly what stocks to buy and which ones not to buy. That's not what the program is all about. If that busts your bubble, well, I'm sorry. But I can't tell you, Warren Buffett never went through the CFA program. Okay, Bill Gates created a wonderful company without going through the CFA program. People are very successful without going through the CFA program, but there are a lot of successful portfolio managers that did get the CFA designation. You just have to make a decision whether it's right or not right for you, and if it's in the right time of your life to do it. Okay, if your wife or you are expecting a baby in the next 2 or 3 months, maybe it's not a good idea to just jump right into the CFA program. But again, these are things that I will explore with you as candidates in my program and help you to make the best decision, not for me, but for you, because you're the one taking the exam, your time, your money, your exam, it's got to be right for you. Okay. If you have any other questions, reach out to me. You could see my website at chalkandboard.org. That's CHALK and AND board.org. BOARD. That's chalkandboard.org. You can reach out to me. My phone number is there. My email is there. There's a, contact us form as well. Happy to answer your questions. Happy to have you in my program, and want to make sure you pass everything on the first try. Happy holidays to you, whatever holiday you may be celebrating, and the best in 2025. We're out.